Good day, viewers all over the world. You are welcome to Toydale online class. Today, we have another example under partial fraction that involves non-linear factors at the denominator. Like this is what we have. We have 2 all over 1 minus s squared into bracket 1 plus s squared. Of course, 1 minus s squared can be factorized, but 1 plus s squared cannot be factorized. So in this case now, 1 minus s squared is same thing as 1 minus x into bracket 1 plus x. Then if you open up, you have 1 minus 1 plus x minus s squared. So this will cancel this. So invariably, I'm going to change this to 2 all over. Instead of 1 minus x, I'll change it to 1 plus x into bracket 1 minus x, then 1 plus s squared. So this is what we are going to have. So how do we now resolve this into partial fraction? The first one will be a all over 1 plus x, then plus b all over 1 minus x, because these are factorizable. These are linear factors. Then plus, in case of this now, this cannot be factorized. It's not factorizable. I'll just change this to c. I'll change it to cx plus d all over 1 plus s squared. That is what I'm going to get. Okay? So when we have factors if you have factors that are not factorizable, that is how to go about it. When we have non-linear factors, then that is what you do. Whenever we have non-linear factors, then we just put, depending on the power here, if it's 2, you put s here. If it's s cubed, you're going to have cs squared plus dx plus e. So from here now, let's multiply through. We are going to have 2 to be equal to, if you multiply through by the denominator of the left-hand side. Then if you multiply through by the denominator of the left-hand side, we are going to get 2 here. If this, you multiply this, we'll be left with a into bracket 1 minus x, 1 plus s squared. Then plus b, if this take care of this, into bracket 1 plus x, 1 plus s squared. Then plus cx plus d, because this will cancel this. Into bracket, we have 1 plus x, 1 minus x. That's what we are going to have. So at this point now, on this straight line now, we can apply either cover-up method or method of comparing coefficients. So let's start with cover-up method. If I put x to be equal to 1, since I know that if x is equal to 1, there will be some cancellation. So if x is equal to 1, what am I going to get here? 1 minus 1, that will be 0. Everything will cancel out. Here, we have 1 minus 1. Everything will cancel out here. I will only have value for this place. So I'm going to have 2 to be equal to 1. 1 plus 1, that is 2. Then here, I will have 1 square is 1. 1 plus 1, 2, that will be 4b. It's equal to 4b. If I divide both sides by 4, I divide both sides by 4. So b is equal to 1 all over 2. I've got the value of b. Then if I also put s to be equal to minus 1, then I'm going to have 2 to be equal to, if I put s to be equal to minus 1, of course, here, I will have minus 1 squared. Minus 1 squared, it is 1. 1 plus 1, that is 2. 1 minus is plus. I'm going to have 4a here. 4a. Then here, if x go to minus 1, 1 minus 1, everything will cancel out. 1 minus 1, everything will cancel out. So if I divide both sides by 4, let's divide both sides by 4. At the end of the day, I will get a to also be equal to half. So I also get a to be equal to half. I've gotten the value of v to be equal to half. So I've also gotten the value of a to be equal to half. So we have gotten 2 values now. Value of a and value of b. I've gotten the value of a to be equal to half and value of b to be equal to half. So I will go ahead. In this case now, I will now go ahead to find the value of c and d. So from this question now, what can we do? Look at, I can put s, just to get another equation, I can say put s equal to 0. If s equal to 0, I'm going to get 2 to be equal to, if s equal to 0, what will happen here? That will be, if s equal to 0, here will be 0, everything here will vanish. Here will be 0. Then if s equal to 0, if s equal to 0, I have 1. I'm going to have a plus, if s equal to 0, 0, 0, that is plus b. Okay? If s equal to 0, this one will vanish out. C will vanish, I will have d. If s equal to 0, I will have plus d. Plus d. That's what I'm going to get. So I've got the value of a. We know the value of a, right? And b, half. So from here now, from here, from here, we can get 2 to be equal to A is half, plus B is equal to half, then plus D. Half plus half is 1. So I will have 2 is equal to 1 plus D. 2 minus 1 is equal to D. So D is equal to 1. So we have got the value of A, B, and D. So we have got the value of A, B, D. We have got the value of A. We have got the value of A to be equal to half, B to be equal to half, then D is equal to 1. So we are left with the value of C. So we are left with the value of C. So what can we do? I can also say that I can put the value of A. Let's say put S to be another value. Put S to be equal to, let's say 2. If S is equal to 2, I say 2 is equal to, if S is equal to 2, 2 squared, 2 times 2 is 4. 4 plus 1 is 5. Then 1 minus 2, that is minus 1, times 5, that's minus 5. So I'm going to have minus 5A. Here, if I say S is equal to 2, 2 squared is 4. 2 squared here is 4. 4 plus 1, that is 5. Then 1 plus 2, that's 3. 3 times 5, 15. I'm going to have plus 15B. Then plus, if S is equal to 2, I'm going to have 2 here. Then if S is equal to 2 here, I'm going to have 1 plus 2, 3. 1 minus 2, minus 1. So I have minus 3. I'm going to have minus 3 here. Minus 3 will multiply 2C. Minus 3 will multiply 2C. 2C. Minus 3 is going to multiply 2C. Minus 3 multiplied by 2C. That will be minus 6C. Minus 6C. Then minus 3D. That's what I'm going to get. If I put S equal to 2. So let me substitute the value of all this unknown. Minus 5 all over 2. That is half. Plus 15 all over 2. Then D is 1. Minus 6D is equal to, that is minus 3. So I can bring minus D here. It becomes 6D. Will now be equal to 15 all over 2 is 7.5. 15 all over 2. 15 divided by 2 is 7.5. 5 all over 2 is 2.5. This minus this is 5. 5 minus 3. 5 minus 3 is 2. I'm going to have 2 minus 2 if I should bring that in 2. Then D will now be equal to 0 all over 6, which is equal to 0. So I've gotten the value of C, not D. I've gotten the value of C. This is 6. C. I've got the value of C to be equal to 0. So C is equal to 0. So we have got the value of C to be equal to 0. Finally, since we have got the value of C, then I can clean all this and rewrite the value of all the unknown. Finally, the sum of the partial fraction of this equation, 2 all over 1 minus S squared into bracket 1 plus S squared, will be given, the sum of its partial fraction will be given as A, that's 1 all over half 2 into bracket 1 plus X, then plus B is also half 1 all over 2 into bracket 1 minus X, then plus C is 0. 0 times this will vanish. 0. C, 0 times X will be 0. We'll be left, D, then D is 1. We'll be left with 1 all over 1 plus S squared. So that will be the final answer. That will be the sum of its partial fraction. Thank you.